This is us today. Not anymore. Maybe. But in short, I said what I said. That's all. How to not be evil, just be good. Hi, it's Tanika. It's super awkward lately. Would anybody even notice if I leave?
Why you shouldn't lie? Why you shouldn't lie? Because you know you hate being lied to.
They want to read. Okay, so back on to being socially awkward. The phenomenon of finding random staircases. I'm like,
They go up to oblivion, I think.
How did I get on this subject? I am not the one to sit around and be played. To discern what you've been through. Almost exactly. And I don't even be looking for it. Even the Krabby Patties, they show up like children. We locked. It's Tanika. So I met these ladies. This lady named Beth and her good friend, who were so sweet and so kind and so encouraging. Just wanted to connect and just to pour into me. And that's always such a, like, I'm not, as soon as I thought it, I felt bad. Like, people do that to me a lot. I exchange that kind of energy a lot. But this was different. See, and my subconscious is talking to me, telling me not the last time, every time I talk about something that's actually happening, it's like something happens. But like, just an observation. It doesn't mean that I'm being negative to say it. I'm just saying. But anyway, I just kind of noted their friendship and how they greeted each other, and they're celebrating each other and just loving each other and loving life. And I remember a time when I thought that I had that, and I'm thinking it. I complimented their connection, and one of the ladies shared that she had just shed like 30 friends, 30 contacts out of her phone, one of them being her best friend of 38 years. And I was just like, I know what that feels like when you know that they don't get you. And some of them even come off frenemy-ish, like the nasty nice. Anyway, but I find it's such a beautiful thing when you can share the same type of hurt, and then you can heal in a healthy way, in a way that you don't reproduce yourself or the problem. You know what I mean? That you can move forward in a positive way. That's why I talk about that closure that people give each other in relationships. And yes, there are some exceptions of people that we may feel you don't even deserve, like, you know what you did, we ain't got to have a conversation. There'd be a friendship or like someone's, their romantic relationship or their marriage. Like, it's how you do it. They say how you start is how you finish. We locked. It's not that it doesn't matter what they did. It just matters more what you do, what you did and what you do. You matter more. Your actions matter more. Yes, they was a dirty dog. Yes, they were unfair. Yes, they were unnecessarily cruel. Yes, they lacked emotion and connection with you. This is whether you're talking about a platonic friend or a romantic interest or a coworker, a work situation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, like, you're not invalidating your own feelings or your own position to give understanding to someone else's position. You don't lose any footing or any grounding. Both truths can actually be the truth, from perspective and in reality. That's why we're not meant to just agree with everything with each other. Not all the time. And some people don't want to find a common ground because they think that there has to be a choice made your way or my way. How come no one is trying to compromise anything for the people who this applies to? Yeah, it's how you do a thing. This cannot. You guys know my issue with water. My throat is too dry. I'll come back to this. So here I am. Good morning. And yesterday's makeup that I fell asleep in. I was trying to catch the sunrise. I read it's supposed to pop out at about 6:45, and it's 6:33. 6:34 now. And I decided to come to the top of the mall. Peen Square Mall. Now, if I can find my sense of direction up here again, that's the east. So we will just park. We will just park. There's a better parking spot. She found it. Ah. So, I come out here to catch a glimpse of the sun just as it wakes us up in the morning. I love listening to the birds. They listen to me. I listen to them. It got hot in the car. It's hot out here. Well, it's hot in the car. It's actually 63 degrees out. When I was toasty, it was toasty in the car for a minute. So, hot. And what's funny is I thought I'd stand outside and catch the sunrise. It didn't work out like that. I did not anticipate all of the things that would be flying around up here. Like, what were you doing up here, human? So this lens told me, not this lens, this app. This app told me that the sun was going to come up at 6:43, and it's 6:42, and I'm just waiting to see where it's going to peak out at from. Obviously, I haven't had anything to drink. Are you sleeping, Brother John? I'm waiting. I don't see it yet. Like, I'm looking for it like it will be mistakable somehow. I'm looking for it like I won't recognize it. Like I see the sun coming up in a crowd. That's how I'm going to meet my soul tribe. That's how I'm meeting my soul tribe. That's how I'm meeting the actual love of my life, whoever he is. This is how I'm meeting my fate. All of my fates. I think Remington Park has one of the very best views. Still no sun. I'll turn that around. Wow, that's dirty. Still ain't out. It ain't popped out yet. I would choose to do it. Hold on. I would choose to do it on like one of the most cloudiest mornings. Usually I'm sitting tucked in a very deeply wooded neighborhood. I'm not even getting to see the actual first light, but I've been fine with that. I just thought I'd come up here where I'm clearly higher. It's a higher elevation. I'm on the top level of a parking garage. There are taller ones though. It's an investment in myself. Like, just because it's just me, I still like to see the sunrise. I don't have anyone to share it with romantically. The people that I am close to, that I consider sharing it with, they're like, I'm so sleepy. And that's why it can't be about anybody other than me. It's part of my journey, all of it really. I've been in solitude, which is a very safe space to be. I used to feel like it was a point of vulnerability, but it's not, because I'm free from influence, negative influence, confusing influence. I'm free from that. No, I haven't brushed yet, but I will. Are you sleeping, Brother John? Mother, son? Father, son? So I've been stuck out here. Usually I catch the sun from inside of the wooded neighborhood that I mentioned earlier. That is not happening this morning. That didn't happen this morning because I decided to drive to the very top of a parking garage at Penn Square Mall. And so now I'm stuck. I forgot that the Memorial Marathon was going on today. And so I've been out since 6:30 this morning, and now it's 8:22, and I am still out, unable to get back where I came from. I have to go to the bathroom. And there are a lot of people. I know that everyone didn't get caught. I literally have on my gown and a literal house coat. I'm not fit to go in public and say, hey, I have to use your public restroom. They've closed down so many streets.
Head west.
ItsTeneca. Boop, boop. And there's some people like, I wish she would stop doing that. I wish she wouldn't do that. Yeah, I do annoying things sometimes. Well, it's not annoying to me, but I've gotten some feedback. And okay, but anyway, so welcome back to my conscious rant. I feel like I don't say that enough. But like I'm not like advertising or like branding per se. I guess it's like in the gist of like the history of it in the future. Back now would be branding. That's what it is. But anyway, hi. Today was amazing. It was amazingly odd. Let me tell you what happened. So I got up this morning and I've been practicing a part of my self-love routine, as I'm evolving, is I've been treating myself to actually catching the sunrise. I've been sitting in the car intentionally, like making sure. I know sunrise is at like 6:42, between 6:42 and 6:47, somewhere in there every morning, 6:49 sometimes. But I'm not always like, anyway, I went and drove to the top of a place that was at a higher elevation. As you know, it was the top of a parking garage of the mall. And anyway, long story short, when I was done waiting for that, I was like 7:15. I drove off thinking I was going to come right back to the hizzy. I forgot that there was a marathon and there are so many streets were closed off. For me to leave, I left at like 6:20 in the morning. I didn't make it back until like, it was after 11. Well, 10 or 11, something like that. I have to look because I called some people to whine about it. Like, can you believe this? Oh my God. It was so bad. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. All the streets. Oh my God. I was tripping because I thought I was gonna have to go to the bathroom. It was bad. So it was bad. I was not happy about that at all. And then had to take a quick nap so I could go to work. And then at work, like, but this everywhere I go, people love to pour into me. They love to talk to me and I love to listen. I know a little bit about a little bit. We can talk. I can talk. But I can listen. I love listening to them. But I met and had a conversation with a master sergeant police person. I keep wanting to say police officer, but if you are a master sergeant, I mean, you're a master sergeant, you're not a police officer. You're past the officer part, okay? No disrespect intended towards the officers, though. So anyway, I'm just saying because I was just asking, all these streets are blocked off. What about the people who live on the other side of these barriers? Because I have to get back over there before it's time for me to go to work. I have to get back over there because that's where I'm at right now, and I got to get back over there. And so he's trying to direct me around. I'm not going to name drop, but he had like a celebrity's name, like a celebrity who is, anyway, first and last name. I was like, wow. Yeah. So anyway, him. And then I met this one gentleman who, before I talked to the master sergeant, spoke with the master sergeant, this person was the owner of a restaurant downtown where I live. And I was just like, I didn't even know your restaurant was here. He's like, you can come in here and use the bathroom if you need to. I was like, I am in my gown. I was supposed to be catching the sunrise. I had on my gown. Well, you guys see in the video, the earlier video, I had on my gown and and the teddy bear get up, the teddy bear coat, looking like Fozzie Bear. My daughter got that for me. I just absolutely love it. Well, the teddy bear coat was a gift for me, and I just love it. I love it. But anyway, I wasn't expecting to see anyone or to be seen when I was at the top of the mall waiting for the sun to pop out, which by the way, the sun never did. I'm like, what kind of magic is this? There's so many clouds to the point, full moon tonight. Anyway, so many clouds, and it was rain. You know, we got some serious rain today. That the sun never showed his face, just the dome turned blue. That's what it goes from being nighttime to daytime blue, nighttime black to daytime blue, daytime blue, daytime blue. Anyway, I found myself talking about and thinking about Louisiana a lot today. People kept bringing Louisiana up, random people who didn't even know me. I'm like, it's ironic that you're doing that. And I was just reading about the vampires in Louisiana. We locked.
All good times in your face, yeah, cut you like a lace. Nothing I do could be replaced.
So yeah. Or what the fuck is that? Body. So yeah, this is us today. So, okay. I haven't tried to see what it would look like because if I tuck the shirt in, it's not gonna do what you think it's gonna do when I tuck that shirt in. So, okay. I do love the locks. So I'm having a hard time releasing the look. That hooked on the look. That might be me. It might not, but it might be. So just because I decide to not talk to certain people, like I'm learning the depths of the shade and of the hate. Just because I draw a boundary and I take away your ability to be toxic to me or around me or with me, that should in no way compel you to tourniquet or cut off my money or to try to negatively impact my finances. And you know what's really crazy is people who move like that and who do things like that, that is, you are the epitome of evil. You are evil. And everyone who is sitting back watching is like, so that person decided not to talk to you anymore. You clearly got cut off. And that's how you reacted. That's how you responded. Like when children go to college, if you are receiving child support, then you're supposed to get child support still until that child graduates college. It doesn't matter if they get any other type of funding. You're supposed to still get that. If you divorce from people that get special benefits just for being married, and that person is still receiving benefits. Like I had a hard time getting a clearance once because, not once, several times, a security clearance, because I was shown in the system to still be married to someone that I'm no longer married to. Like, doesn't that affect you getting housing approval and loans and other business aspects? Because you have on paper that you're married to someone that you're not married to. It doesn't even matter if you got married in the last 3 months, 3 years, 2 years. It doesn't even matter. Anyway, it was just it's a conscious rant. Doop, doopy, doopy, doop. We locked. Did you know that if you cut grass or plants or the trees, that they give off a frequency, a vibration that suggests that they're in pain, that they experience death and fear, that they hurt? It's not communicated in words. It's something that's Googleable. You can also YouTube it, or you can do a decimal system it. I think it's under frequency. Frequency of plants. I mean, all living things communicate. Not all living things understand what's communicated. I also was thinking that maybe somehow spiders, or at least certain types of spiders, are connected to frequency. And so if you are at certain frequencies, there are certain insects and arachnids and animals and things that are visible to you, that you can see that other people can't see. Because I have seen some spiders. Well, it's the last one that I saw with my own eyes in the place I used to live in. It was like gray and black. No, I'm sorry. It was red. It was red and gold. Red with gold accents, gold and black accents, but it was like wine, like dirty, dark red. And it had way more than 8 legs. Like it was huge. Some people are like, well, it wasn't a spider if it had that many legs. Okay, then it was some type of alien being. I don't know, because I haven't found anything that looks like it, and I sprayed it and it disappeared. I sprayed it with some ortho home defense. That's like my favorite thing to use. By the time I see whatever would have crawled over the threshold, it is no longer. So, okay, that's like a side. No, I'm not trying to advertise for them or anyone. IJS. I'm always doing that. But right now I'm having an attack of some sort. Allergy. It's the one thing that I'm allergic to. I think I've come in contact with it. So my nose keeps itching on the inside and outside. Like to the point I'm rubbing it raw almost. So annoying. So yeah. Also, so I've been trying to move with a lot more intention. I've been trying to move, or I have been moving with a lot more intention where it pertains to my sun and vitamin D absorption. So I'm in a basement situation whenever I am sleeping in an actual dwelling. It's in the basement, and the room that I occupy, that I'm in, it has no lights, no windows. I mean, it has lights. They're artificial lights and no windows. And so I'm not seeing the sun, except for when I leave to dart out to work, which that takes, 20 minutes, and I'm at work, so I'm exposed to the sun at that point. But then if I don't get off until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So that was the main reason why I have been intentionally, gifting myself the sunrise and catching the sunrise. I tried to do it a few weeks ago, and I went up to this place at the top of Penn Square Mall in Oklahoma City, and I don't know, somehow, I guess the weather was so bad that the sun never peeked through, and I was there at 6:20, and when I came down off of that parking garage, there was a whole memorial marathon that was going on that I completely forgot about. And so I was blocked off. The streets that I would need to get back to the house, they were all blocked off. I didn't make it back until 11 something. It was absolutely terrible. I mean, it was good to see all the people motivated to run. I used to want to do that. I've never done it. Obviously, I would have to start with the half. Well, actually, I would have to just start running again, forget the half. But anyway, I was not to talk about just the negative aspects of that the one time, because I'm still, I think this morning was the first morning in a while that I wasn't out, that I didn't greet the sun first thing in the morning. And so I kind of feel that. I mean, although I was out running errands until I had to come into work. I don't know, but I think because I have not been spending a lot of time in the sun, I hadn't been grounding, that was just really starting to weigh on me and draining me. And I found myself, my energy felt depleted, but also I've intuitively, while I'm trying to piece together scientifically the reasons why my energy might be low lately, I am conscious of, and I want to make others aware who maybe are not aware. If you have 1 or 2 people, don't have several people that may be engaging in negative talk and negative thoughts of you, there's a physical reaction to it, and you can feel it. Just like whenever when you're sending people well wishes and positive energy, when you're giving people accolades and you're acknowledging the positive aspects of a person and just appreciating a person, loving or adoring a person, to positively acknowledge another human being, you give off a positive energy and the other person can feel it. I feel that. And so I'm just like, I've been in this basement situation for several months now. And so I don't understand why all of a sudden my lack of, because I have been on the evening shift now for about a month. Okay. We forgot. I was sitting here thinking about the part in the Bible. I remember I'm formerly religious. And I was just thinking the part that talks about the last will be first and the first shall be last. And so often we don't consider ourselves, I don't consider myself last. But when I consider the things that actually had heavy manipulation, things that did not occur in my life that were organic. I mean, organic in the gist that this is a part of my life. It's just a part of life, period. But the heavy manipulation from family, from significant others, from coworkers, from bosses, from entire agencies and companies that I used to work for. I'm not saying that everyone is against me. I'm not saying that. But hey, it ain't no shade in the sun. And there are people who have tried to intentionally negatively impact my life. And a lot of them actually got it off too. But when I consider the last shall be first and the first shall be last, it makes me consider how the first became the first and how the last became the last. There is a natural order in things. And so often for me, I can't speak for everyone else, but so often for me, I ended up last for trying to do the right thing or for doing the right thing straight up. For not being cliquey, for not taking on the persona and the image and the ideals of certain social groups and just people that I didn't really care to be that intertwined with. Like I can know you and see you in passing. I can see you at work. I can see you in the neighborhood. I can see you around the family sometimes, but we didn't have a connection. But it's like, who's holding you accountable? And that's one of the reasons that, a lot of people question what your belief system is. Who and what is morally and spiritually checking you? With the lack of actual home training and raising, people look to see who is your God? What are your political beliefs? What are your spiritual beliefs? It doesn't discredit the atheists or the anarchists. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. So yeah. And I get this big burst of energy. We locked. All of it's a big symphony, right? It's like the world is just a bunch of white noise, you know what I mean? But I'd rather be in here or in here. I'd rather be there. We be loving others in ways that we haven't even learned to love ourselves. You got to protect that. You got to protect that. You got to protect that. We mirror each other. Just sipping my tonic.